Hello everyone. Apologies for the wait. I something is going on with OBS and the chat overlay. I don't know how to get it working again. I'll probably try and fix this off stream or maybe on stream if that will be alright with you guys. But right now we're having a bit of issues. Bit of issues going on here. It's not fun. Let me just switch to what we got here. Yeah. It's just a Ko-fi thing at the moment, cause chat box is not working for some odd reason. I need to get that fixed. Hopefully that will be soon. I can probably try doing this on stream, but I don't know. Well, I guess as I'm trying to fix this, how is everyone doing on this fine Saturday evening, night, whatever you wanna call it? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is doing all right. I don't know why it's not working. Is the chat box working now, or is it fucked? Is the thing. Come on. There we go. It seems to be working. I'm gonna remove this image and transition for. There we go. There we go. I think it should be working. If not, then you know, I'll put back the fucking Ko-fi thing. God, there is a bit of a lag as well. It is not good. Opera. There we go. There we go. Hello everyone. Yeah, there we go. Everything seems to be doing well. Apologies for the scuff. I don't know why that happened with the chat. I think I'll make an image or something for when chat is fucky. But yeah. But yeah, Monty, you don't have to be here. Like, I can drag Simon or Lemon to be my whatever you want to call it. To be my moderators. Even though I know they'd probably abuse that that situation. Yeah, it's good morning, good evening, and good night, everyone. Wherever you all live. I know that the majority of my audience is in America, unfortunately. I have to click back on you to be able to get shit working. No. Alright, your thing is fucked again. You were working fine earlier, Jackie. I swear to God. Well, as you can probably tell, the title of today's stream is just gonna be me purposely yapping this time of my characters. I do, for everyone who is already sick of me yapping and yapping, I do plan on streaming not that well-known game, but if you know the story, you most likely know the game. Apologies for the in the background. But we'll have to wait for me to set up a proper thing for it, both thumbnail and set time, because yeah. I don't think this will be that long of a stream. It's probably going to be this stream's probably going to be like couple not minutes, probably like an hour at most. Probably will go till the sun sets over here, which is at like 7. So we don't have a whole lot of time, but I just wanted to talk, have my thoughts out there, But yeah, I suppose before we're officially started, again, how is everyone on this Easter weekend? Hope all of you are having a good time. I hope that you all have your dinner, your breakfast, lunch, whatever you have. Staying hydrated, staying healthy, staying safe wherever you are. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to get through, at least not like anything chronologically. I guess it's a point where what kind of lore you guys are into, if you want stuff from like non-spoilery stuff from my AUs, or maybe talk about my OCs. I might as well talk about my OCs, but I just want to know you guys' opinion to see what's the majority, what people want me to yap about today. As I said, if you are tired of me yapping, just singularly yapping, next week, probably next Friday or Saturday, depending on a bunch of things, I will have a game set up for you guys. A very low maintenance game. Probably, hopefully, won't do much to my computer. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Talk about Balam. All right. Wait. I guess people just talking. I guess the people demand me talking about my character Bella. Let's see what kind of things would you guys want to know about it? Would you guys want me to start from the beginning? Want me to talk about how I created him, his lore, and all that jazz, or what? Because there is a lot to go off of for him, and I know Monty knows like basically all of it, because I am obsessed with this dumb motherfucker. Apologies if you're hearing really gross noises. I am drinking a Coca-Cola because I want to be able to sleep tonight. I need the sugar to sleep. Dinner is a work in progress. Well, I hope it is delicious. My dinner, all I had for dinner tonight was a grilled cheese because we have like nothing in this house. I mean, we have chicken, but I don't really like chicken, so no, it's not what I use to focus on right now. But I really enjoy Project Freedom. Yeah, I really enjoy Project Freedom as well, but I don't know. I just never really had the urge to finish it, so I thought like I might as well not. I don't know if I will give it away to someone who will finish it or will post anything about it, but I probably will at some point. Just because like I love my guys and I want people to do shit with them, but you know, I need to find someone who will take care of my children and will also agree with me being able to at least have some custody, even though they will be the primary owner. Why is Bedlam a chaos god? Would you believe I like My Little Pony? I Bedlam came before another OC of mine, Leos, which he's a sun god, which was based off of another person's sun OC. Back when people were making like Gajinkas of planets, but I was like, I want to make a guy, and then I made a guy. But then, I think a year or so later, in October of 2019, I made a guy that was a god of chaos, and I based him very heavily off of Discord and personality. So, hello, Nachi. Nice of you to join the stream. I'm a big fan of your work. Well, thank you. I'm glad that a lot of people like what I do, even though it's very inconsistent, because I'm very inconsistent. Your voice is kind of low. Do you mean in like how high my microphone is? Because I can't make it go any higher. This is as high as I can make it, unless I'm screaming, which I'd rather not do, both for my voice and also the people around me. I don't have that good of a microphone, so I'm just doing what I'm doing right now. Hopefully I'll be able to get a better one soon, someday. I actually did try to set up the double monitor stuff, but it's not really working. It's not registering on my computer at the moment, so I'm gonna have to fix that soon, sometime, hopefully. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see if games work well on my other computer, because I might move some of this stuff to my other PC, hopefully. But yeah, I like Melopon. Yeah, I was the primary audience because, as I said in a previous stream, I am trans mask. So I used to be a little girl. I was a little girl. I was the primary, I was the target audience for My Little Pony before it got overrun with bronies. Fun right for y'all in chat. Bad Love and Charlie were, yeah, they're made the same year. Charlie was born a couple months earlier. His birthday is actually this month. I can't remember. I don't know if he told me what day it is, Monty, but yeah. Yeah, they're also technically the same character as well. I mean, they have some differences. I mean, not to power scale, but Bellum is technically the stronger character, purely because he can literally do shit Charlie can't, but he is not as bold as Charlie is in the atrocities that Charlie makes, so. Sorry for asking, continue, Hazard. I am not entirely. I'm not good with the story and the everything going on with that. It started to not be as fun, for lack of a better word, for me to write it. So yeah. That was way before me, except for it. Yeah, you met me in like what, 21, 22? So yeah, we've been there. I think your voice is very peaceful. Well, thank you. You're lucky I'm not being my loud ADHD self. April 5th, yeah. Yeah. 6 years old. Give him a give him a binky or something. Well, I mean, you can make an FNF cover of any of my stories as long as like you people can do whatever you want with my stories as long as both I can see it and also it's not like hateful or inherently gross, or if it's not safe for work, don't make it easy for children to see it. Because I know a lot of minors follow me, unfortunately, but you know. Yeah. Yeah. Why, thank you. I'm glad you guys like. I'm glad you like my stuff. Apologies. I'm still rather stuffy. My nose has been kind of runny lately, and I don't know why. I blame it being spring, but you know, there's not much flowers or pollen here. Did you know, actually, the reason why pollen is such an abundant thing, at least in North America, is because in North America they plant so many fucking male trees and not enough female trees. Therefore, pollen is just abundant. And that pisses me the fuck off as someone who's a bit allergic to pollen, so. Ah, there you go. Well, I guess I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. I guess I'll start with. I guess I'll talk a bit more about Bedlam. Yeah, Bedlam. As I said, Bedlam's whole deal was that he was he was, at least his personality and like what kind of character he is. He was based a lot on Discord from My Little Pony, but he's grown into his own type of character, aka I just shoved all my trauma onto him. So your nose will stop running, it'll stop for real. I mean, it also runs when it's like pretty warm out, and it is like really warm where I am right now. I'm like right under the equator, kinda. Not really, but you know, it's not fun. It is a bit warm actually, because it's nighttime and all the heat has risen, so it makes the air warm. But yeah, with Bedlam, he's like grown in the past couple years since I've had him, and I'm surprised that like he has stuck with me as a character for so long. Because usually when it comes to more older OCs, I like forget about them. Like I still have a bunch of character OCs that I still have, but I haven't really done anything with them at the moment, which makes me a bit sad because I want to not talk about them, I want to share with them a bit more, but they're just both not finished or not like rewritten in a stance that I want to. And like, you know, just nothing that I can really share because it's both like, again, not finished, and it might just be rewritten by the time like in like a couple days. So it's like outdated. Keep trying to fit it to my best friend. I know it. Like, thank you. I am making more MVA stuff, but this is not about MVA, at least not right now. I'm yapping about my dude right now. I guess, what else would be neat? I mean, I have, like, his whole backstory, but that's, like, really fucking long, and I need to like explain 2 backstories for him because his rewrite is canon to his lore. And it is a big part of his lore, so not very quick. I can't really explain that quickly. All I'll say is that his backstory is similar to Discord's in a way, at least in like the show version of My Little Pony, where he gets put into gay baby jail, aka Stone. I mean, I guess I could briefly explain it. Well, I've been like figuring out how my gods work like for ages, because even though I'm not inherently religious, despite having a religious background, um, I do like the concept of like otherworldly beings like gods, which is why I have a lot of them. Because I am also low key obsessed with Greek and Norse mythology. Like, I think it's really fun. um, uh, I guess would you guys want to know about like, would you guys want me to yap about like what my gods are? Because I'm planning on making a proper post about them at some point if once I get all the information down. Uh, or do you guys want to like me to keep that to myself for now, and we can just yap about Bedlam or any other character or story that I have? Hello, Maggie. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. We, as the title says, we are. Yeah, I'm just yapping about my characters and other storylines that come across. Ooh, that hurt. That was not a good gulp. I did not swallow that correctly. Owie. I guess I guess I could just I guess I can like briefly go across with God stuff, because there's a lot of details that still need to be buffed out, but I'll give you the broad uh thing about them. Gods in this universe essentially, or at least in the universe that I created, they are like, I guess it's similar to like how God of War has with gods, where there's multiple different gods and multiple people worship them as well. Different versions of gods, like how Kratos is familiar with the Greek gods, but in one of the recent games he traveled to the Norse gods. So like, yeah, like proper Christianity, Buddhism, all that stuff is still like canon, because I don't want to step on toes, because the universe I have is like basically our reality but different, you know. But for the gods, how they initially work, there is God himself and Satan, for lack of better words, even though he's technically not the god of hell. Well, at least in this universe he is, but like, I don't have another name of him yet. But they just pop into existence, made the Big Bang happen, and just watched as the universe happen. So they created the universe, but they didn't create Earth as Christianity usually says Christians do. That's just, I don't know, I think that's just probably, that's mainly because of my beliefs, but, you know, we're not gonna get into that. With that, it's like, Earth and other shit happened. The two guys decided, okay, we need some to make shit, and so they made more gods to help with that. And so you get other characters like my other OC, Leos, who is the god of the sun, or god of suns. And you also have Leos's brother, or technical brother, Starboy, which I think I have stated, but I don't think it has been stated recently. But yeah, Starboy is Leos's brother. He is not that good of a person. He is rather rude. Yes. Apologies for the background noise. But yeah, Starboy is Leos's technical brother, and he is the god of the stars, which encompass suns, because suns are stars, but, you know, Leos is more specific, so that's a thing. But yeah, shit happened. They're all doing their own thing, and then Bedlam, because other gods, or there is a god that creates these gods because the gods needed help creating more gods because more shit has been happening. But Bedlam, he essentially created himself because he was made basically with like access magic, for a lack of better words. And so he just poofed into existence. He took a body, poofed into existence, and then all the gods were like, "Oh, fucking lord, what do we do with this grown toddler now?" And so yeah, they shoved him to the side and was like, "We're not gonna deal with you. Just don't break anything." And being, you know, himself, Bedlam did not listen, and then he caused problems, and then got put in timeout for a couple technical years. It's like technically a couple minutes in God time, but it was like a couple thousand years, couple decades in universe time. And, you know, he broke out of timeout and then caused more problems. God didn't like it, so it was like he put him in. He was like, "Bedlam, if you keep doing this shit, you're gonna put in timeout. You're gonna be put back in timeout." And Bedlam, being more salty, was like, "No, fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want." And essentially had a big temper tantrum, and then he got put in gay baby jail for it. And then he spent like another couple decades back in gay baby jail, just wallowing in self-pity and anger until he calmed down. And then he broke out again in 2000, or year 2000, and it wasn't here to cause problems, but like he still had a ways to go. But like now he's calmed down, he's a better person, and now he's essentially on the run from the other gods because he's supposed to still be in gay baby jail. Yeah, that's basically Bedlam's whole backstory, but there is more to this. Me and a friend essentially co-own this universe, but it's like, as I said, it's basically just our universe, or our world, but we have like extra stuff. Basically, as I usually explain it, our world, but also creatures exist. Demon baby jail, yeah. uh, yeah, it is essentially. He is a very spiteful and petty being, and he will not calm down no matter how many times you tell him. But for Bedlam, as me and a friend gave Demon Baby jail. My goodness. Uh, as I said, me and a friend co-win this universe, and with that, of course, we do the shipping between our characters. And in previous iterations, me and a friend's character, named Captain, aka Cap, they were essentially a couple, as well as Cap with Leos. They were a whole polyamory thing. But then, then essentially, it was a while before we like did anything with them, so I rewrote Bedlam's backstory, made it a bit better, changed a couple things, and then I went to my friend and was like, "Hey, what if I made the rewrite canon?" And he was like, "This is horrible. I'm not gonna stop you though." Basically making Boo. I have no idea who that is. But yeah, basically Bedlam's rewrite is canon to his story. So in the rewrite, he is no longer with Cap. He and Cap are not an item, even though like eventually they do get back together as a couple. But you know, Bedlam was heartbroken, and he still has imposter syndrome with, you know, not remembering things correctly because he's remembering two sets of reality at the same time. So it's not fun. Uh, Jesus. Whoa, I wonder who Bill gets shipped with. Yes, hello, Simon. This guy sounds like a nerd. He is a nerd. You made him a nerd. You made him come up to Bedlam and do the fucking like separating thumb trick to the god of chaos who can warp reality at will. But yes, welcome, Simon. Welcome to the stream. I will say that like with Bedlam's whole deal, there's a lot of stuff that is still being worked on with him. Just a couple things. They're very minor. They're not like, I'll move for this cat guy. Man, don't bully him. That's Bedlam's job. But yeah, yeah, that's the main thing with whole Bedlam's whole lore thing. I guess I could talk a little bit. Majin Buu. I still have no idea who that is. I guess with gods, because I really like what I have done with how gods work in this universe. I do want to like explain a couple things with it. Like, as I said, gods are created by other gods in a sense. He thinks the trick is cool. He doesn't think cool for him. Yeah, because he's like a 30-year-old man. He's a 30-year-old man who lives with 3 overpowered beings, or has a thing with overpowered beings who are taller than him as a 6-foot man. But yes, with gods in this universe, since they are made by other gods, or at least now a god, they do have preset bodies, and all these bodies can be all different sizes, shapes and sizes. They can be literally whatever you want them to be, as long as like it's at least vaguely human shaped, but it doesn't have to be. Like I think the best example with like vaguely human shaped is from a post I really I posted earlier today with life and death in it. The lovebirds they are, they cannot stop making out. uh yeah, that's like the around the time, but most of the gods generally look like people, like humans, with a with a proper skin tone, but it doesn't have to be that. The only main rule with, or yeah, the only main rule with these gods is that there has to be some aspect of gold and white on them. The white doesn't have to be a pure white; it can be an off-white, as long as it's like the lightest color on the design. Most of the time, it's mainly for consistency, because Bedlam used to not have in Bedlam's current design he has like light blue-ish off-white sleeves. Originally he didn't have that, and he just looked off next to the other characters without it, but then I gave it to him, and you know what, he looks better. I think he looks better with those, so yeah. And he has gold both on his bow tie and his shirt pattern and his little buckle, so yeah. But you know, look back with the god bodies. Uh, they since the gods create since the gods are created by other gods, they have, again, they have preset bodies that can be any shape or size, as long as it's vaguely human-like. But these bodies are essentially made out of like clay, like firing clay in a sense, or proper dried clay. It's basically like if you have ever like made stuff in high school, made like a cup or a vase in high school. Essentially, that's what they're made out of, that type of clay. And yeah, these gods can really like use any form of clay as a temporary body, but generally bodies made by the gods are more fitting for them. And I feel like this is obligated to say, because in a lot of mythology, there are things like essentially that are demigods, that are like basically half god, half human, or half god, half whatever the fuck. That's not a thing in this universe, mainly because godly magic is rather potent. Meaning, if a mortal being, even like an unmortal being, just any being who is not of god status, has any form of godly magic in them, they will essentially be eviscerated by the magic. It is not good. It is not good for your body. But yeah, that's like the main lore about this. What happened to the audio? What do you mean? It might be lagging a bit. I don't know. It seems fine at the moment. But yeah, that's essentially all I got for that. I suppose just for a little bit longer, because it is past 7 now, but we've only been streaming for about just under an hour. I suppose I can talk a bit about what I'm planning on doing for my other stories, like MVA. That story, I still have something going on. That I'm still writing something, but I have a couple of illustrations and whatnot being planned and in the thumbnail stage at the moment. Something, one of them is gonna be gonna be put on my Ko-fi. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like a member exclusive when that happens or not, but who knows. Actually, honestly, on the subject of Ko-fi membership, I don't know what I would name my membership tiers, because at least for now, I'm well, I mean, my computer's not the best with streaming, so that might be it. But how I seen Sonic 3? What the fuck do you think? I am a Sonic fan who loves Shadow the Hedgehog. What do you think? Well, with what was I saying? I got sidetracked. Yeah, it might have been on your end, Maggie. No worries. But with I on the subject of Ko-fi membership, I have no idea what I'm gonna name my membership tiers at the moment, because there's like a couple things that I need to do, because I don't know if I'm just gonna like name them like tier 1, tier 2, because I don't want to do that. That's a bit lame. But I also don't want it to be like based on like a single thing. I'm thinking maybe basing each one on my AUs, but at least for now it's gonna just be one, just to just to test the waters before like anything serious happens with it, because I don't know if people would want to stay at like stay with or continue with a Ko-fi membership, or even like I don't know if I would want to continue with the Ko-fi membership, but we're just gonna see. I will say that because like the majority of people did ask for it, with the Ko-fi membership, you will get early access and early access. You get access to early access to drawings and illustrations before I post them, because I'm planning on posting proper illustrations like a day after I make them, hopefully. And you guys will get weekly, like once or twice a week, you guys will get work in progress stuff, either from like my stories or just regular illustrations, or even any artistic schoolwork that I do. Just a weekly thing. And as well, when it comes to like properly made stuff, like illustrations, comics, even videos, I will also you will also have your name written out underneath uh in the description, or whatever you want to call it, in the posts that I make. So yeah, I don't know if I will inherently go through with the like your name on the thing, because I might forget about it, but we'll do it live. We'll do it live. We got things rolling. We got things going on, but yeah. Anyways, let me check a thing real quick. Yeah, okay. It is good. No worries. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for everything, unless there's anything else people would want me to put on for the Ko-fi membership. As I said, that's gonna be, for now, it's just gonna be one tier just to see how people fare with it. And eventually it will be two tier, like another, I'll add another tier later down the line. But yeah. For those asking how much the first tier is gonna be, I plan on making it either $1 or $2 Canadian. It's just gonna be depending on what I feel would be what is better for me and the content that I produce. But yeah. Anyhow, back to other stuff. Let's see. We talked enough about that. I don't really want to talk more about OCs because that's not gonna really benefit. I mean, I do plan on making maybe like a mini comic series with my with Bedlam eventually. I just need to like write out a bunch of scripts for it. There's gonna be like little off-panel scripts like how it was in how they did it with Archie Sonic, that kind of stuff. I suppose. Well, I don't know. I do have another thing planned with Contaminated, but that is still a work in progress. I guess something to make people a bit more excited that are here. I am continuing writing the Hungry Hero script. That is, it's still working. I took a small break while from the last update. Not really small, but you know, I took a break from the last update. And then it took like a bit more of a break when I took my flight over to where I am now. And yeah, you'll see. This is the next update is gonna focus a bit on Shadow and an extra guest who hasn't been seen in the comic before. But you know, it'll be a nice surprise. It's probably gonna be obvious, but you know, I'm not gonna tell you. You're not gonna have to pry it from my cold dead hand. I guess as well. More of the story. It's gonna. I don't know how long Hunger Hero is gonna be, but I feel like at least the next act is gonna wrap up because there is a couple things. Because even if the comic will end, because this Hunger Hero is never gonna be a long standing comic. It was, even though like it has been going on a while, I was never gonna make it like a big grand thing like IDW is. Like this is probably gonna be like maybe 3 acts, like probably like, yeah, 3 acts with the pilot act. So yeah, not a whole lot, unfortunately, those Hungry Heroes. But don't worry, you're still gonna get content even after the story is complete. But yeah, dumb question: are there any Mario characters you prefer over Sonic ones? Uh, Luigi. I like him. He's Luigi and Bowser are the only two Mario characters I care about. I don't really have any favorite Mario characters, but I do like Luigi and Bowser. I like Bowser more so like what they currently do with him, making him like a dumb father. I like that. And that's the one like Mario any video game. I mean, I just, even though I said like as a joke in Tumblr that like Mario is banned, it's the fact that like I know that a lot of people think about Mario when they think of Sonic, but like my blog, I have never like, at least on my horror blog, I have never once stated anything to do with Mario unless it's like a small little thing. So like I don't entirely, for lack of better words, appreciate it when people come up to my blog and just start only talking about Mario or being like, hey, how does this character fare with Mario? What do you think of Mario? Do you know any Mario creepypastas? Yada yada. I'm like, dude, at what point in my hyperfixation would I ever share that I know about Mario? Yoshi and Sonic. I do like Yoshi, but not that much anymore. I am actually, even though I'm not really that huge of a Donkey Kong fan, I am very excited for the new Donkey Kong game, even if I won't play it. It looks like it's on the Mario Odyssey engine, which I find really, really cool. I really like Mario Odyssey. Yeah. Enough other videos like Sonic, Super Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, I never played Ratchet and Clank, but I've seen videos on it. It looks really fun. I have been also wanting to play Crash Bandicoot, but I know that the remakes have been out, but like I just never been bothered to buy one. So yeah, unfortunate with that. Been streaming for just over an hour. I guess we'll stay for a little longer because, as I said, it's not going to be as long as the other stream because last time it was about just under 3 hours. But you know, this was just a simple stream because I want to know how many people really stay, or how many people would prefer me streaming on Friday and or Saturday, because I feel like only streaming once a week would be better to prepare for. And as I said, I'm planning on streaming a game next Friday or Saturday, depending on what seems to be better for everyone else. I guess I don't know. I guess maybe Saturdays are better because, like, you know, people usually are free on Saturdays. I don't know. Whatever is going on. And I'm sorry for the long leg. It is like, there is like a really there is, apologies for the background noise. There's not like a whole lot of stuff going on, but like, you know, hopefully I can yap a bit more, entertain you guys a bit more with some stuff. Good night, fairy lover. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Good dinner, good breakfast, whatever you have. Seems like more people were yesterday. I mean, like, like overall viewers, there are fewer, because we had like, at least at like this point, we had like just about 50 on but now we have like around 30 overall viewers, but like we measured out around like 10-15. Might have been just because of the holiday, probably. I don't know. I think maybe like Friday nights are a bit better to stream anyways, because I used to stream on Friday nights. Love the presentation is coming from Jackie. Yes, it is beautiful, sitting right in front of the kitchen. I would move to a more quiet place, but like the internet is kind of shitty over there, so yeah. I'm going to but like with next stream, hopefully next week, probably next Friday if I can, but next stream I'll be I'm going to see if it works better on the game works on either this computer or the other computer. See which one works better and is less laggy, so that we can play a game, because I think that this computer can handle games, because it's fine with that, but I don't know. We'll see what other games we can play that are not lower end games, because I know that I have played Portal before on stream. I was streaming on Twitch, and I mean, that was a fairly good game. And my computer handled it pretty well. It handles it pretty well, but you know, I don't know if it will handle it with OBS and all this stuff. But you know, we'll see what this game will have in store. I don't want to say it yet because I don't know if I'm actually gonna play it, but I probably will be. I still need to do a couple things before I announce the game I am playing. Quiet plays. I don't see any death angels, but yeah. Well, it hasn't been that much longer. We haven't. I was planning on ending this stream at an hour 30, but it's not just about not even an hour 16 yet. But you know, I think that this was just a good little simple stream, even though there wasn't really much going on. Just a little yap sesh. But yeah. I guess since there isn't really much else to talk about or whatever, I'll yes. Microwave, the sound of the dishwasher, the kitchen. But I guess since there isn't really much going on at the moment, and I don't really have much else to talk about, I'll start ending the stream, because you know, I gotta get ready with doing a bunch of other stuff. So hopefully next week, maybe next Friday, I'm not sure. I'll be doing this again, maybe at 5, because I think a lot of people like 5 p.m. more than 6 p.m. That's probably why. But you know, so yeah, just to let y'all know, I have a bunch of links to my socials in the description of this stream at the right now. If you guys want to check me out in other places, I also have a link to my Ko-fi if you guys want to support me with either regular commission or just give me a donation. As I said earlier in the stream, I'll be doing monthly donations. Hopefully they will be live either later tonight or sometime tomorrow, depending on the time and depending on when I get a bunch of stuff done. But yeah, You can support me with on my Ko-fi, kofi.com/weirdrosejunkery. It's also, again, it is linked in the description along with my other socials. Money as well, if you want to yes, I love geckos. Money, if you want to shameless plug yourself, that would be, you can do that as well in the chat, because you know, you are a moderator and you are also my friend, so I feel like it would be a nice thing to do for you to see all to you know, you guys can go look at what Mani does. He writes a bunch of stuff, but he also has like a lot of different characters and rebooks a lot of stuff from me and other great artists. You can support him or look at his stuff on Tumblr, which is moderator Mani. If you guys want to go look at his stuff, I believe he's only on Tumblr. I don't know. I know. Well, you do have a YouTube. I don't think you really post much. Yeah, if you guys want to look at his stuff, you can do that. And yeah, I guess we'll end the stream, everyone. Hope you all have a lovely night. I hope you all have a lovely Easter weekend. And yeah, I hope you all also stay hydrated, stay safe, make sure to eat well, and yeah. Yeah, there we go. There is a bit of a delay. I'm sorry for that. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to fix this, but you know, we do what we gotta do. So yeah. I hope everyone has a swell night. Hope everyone has a swell night, swell rest of your Easter weekend. Again, hope you are happy, safe, hope you are hydrated, especially because even though it is spring, summer will come eventually, and I know that some of you, even though the majority of my audience is in America, I hope that people who are in warmer climates also stay hydrated. Because heat stroke and dehydration is a bitch. Yeah. Well, yeah, if you guys want, again, if you want to check out Mani, you can look in the chat, and